Alright, so you've made the decision to play. Doing so means that you're going to have to invest your time, your money, and your resources to gather planets and now strategize how you're going to advance yourself and your alliance if you're in an alliance. As you can see, I've established myself on the map. This map of 453. Whenever you start a new map, you're going to have to do the same thing yourself. Reason being is, without planets, you can't get military. Without planets, you get economy, and without planets, you absolutely can't get groups. Even if you want to pay for them, I mean, they get obnoxiously expensive. Excuse me. So bottom line is, you're going to have to get planets. That's probably why it's called planet capture. Change this up here. Alright, so this map's been open for, I'd say, a week or so. You have some players starting to get established on here. Well, how do you get planets from other players now? You're at the point where you can't get the newbie planets anymore because you're over the threshold of 4 extra planets, equaling 5 planets, including your home base. So what are the ships that I have here in order to accomplish this, in order to get planets? Well, most of what you're going to encounter, as long as you don't have a veteran player on here, you're going to encounter green planets and you're going to encounter red planets. Now, you can use this setup that you see here. I have knobs, I have rabos, I have MAU, and I also have cell. You can use this setup here to get any red planet as long as you have the time to do it. What you can do is you can also cycle out knobs like you do rabos, and I'll have a link to one of my other videos where it shows you how to cycle out rabos. But I haven't checked any of these brown planets here, so we're going to see if we can go ahead and take any, just so you can see how to use these ships in combination with one another in order to take planets. Alright, so let's go up here by starting to check these out. And again, I'm going to do this with my Rabo. It's A, invisible, and B, if I get too close to a planet and it's got a detector on it and it lights me up, I have a chance of getting away. Okay, so we have 3 green here. Very, very easy to take. We have 10 red here, a little bit more difficult to take as it's going to take longer. This fella here, I've been keeping an eye on him. He's not a new player. Just based on how he's taking planets and what he's using to chip down on the planets. He's playing like a veteran player, so he isn't who he appears to be. I'm still trying to figure out who he is. Yeah, brand new players, they don't have setups like this. They don't put this many blues and shield them. Alright, so it looks like we just have one that we can take. Well, we could take the red, but I don't have enough built to take it at this particular time. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our MAU out in front. We want the MAU targeted first, so it gives the knobs and the cell more time to do damage on the planet. If you look here, this only has a firepower between 1 and 50, where a knob, or a KOB as we call them, where is it? It's got a firepower between 20 and 5,000, and the cell between 10 and 2,500. So we want to give these as much time as possible in order to create as much damage as possible. It looks like this guy here, he was cycling out his knobs. Again, this is not a brand new player tactic, so I'd like to find out who this guy is. And let's check this planet here. Come on. Alright, so that's another easy one to take here. I kind of feel bad. I think this guy actually is a brand new player. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, let me look him up real quick. 1-5. Let's see. You know, he does look like a brand new player. I'm gonna see if I can find another planet to target. I'd rather not target his. Oh, what do we got going on here? I think that's a home planet. Yeah, that's a home planet. Let's check this one down here. I also don't think this guy is a new player either. I was watching him as well, and he doesn't take planets like a brand new player. Let's check this one down here. It looks like we got brand new enemy planets all throughout here. Some of these could be enemy 15 planets. Whenever a new planet sits for so long and no one takes it, it switches over and then anybody's able to take it. We'll probably run across a few here that we can see. Here's a shielded 8 red. There's another red here. No, we don't have time to take that one. Taking a shielded planet is exactly the same as taking a regular non-shielded planet. It just takes a whole lot longer. One of these days when I get everybody together, we'll take a shielded 30-gun blue planet. Show you how long it actually takes. You know, we might get away with taking this here. It's only a 4 blue planet. You know, here's a good example. We'll go ahead and take this one here. Now it's going to take a few minutes for this to actually travel down. These travel at a speed of 3, the Cell 3, the MAU 3, but these travel at a speed of 2. They take forever. You'll also attack whatever you come across along the way, even if you don't click on it. So you gotta make sure, A, you don't run over any planets that are enemy planets that could damage you. And B, you need to keep an eye out as to where they're going. Make sure there isn't any red that randomly pops up. Because for all you know, you could accidentally run into 10 groups of 8 going in. That'll completely destroy everything that you've got going here. I mean, it won't even have a chance. I'm just maneuvering these around so they can heal. Remember, when you're healing things, you can have a maximum of 6 ships or 6 groups healing at one time. You know what? If we cycle out these KOBs, we may be able to take that blue planet that only has 4 or 5 guns on it. We would definitely need some more MAU. So we've got some building up here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set these up. Now, Dawns are different from Carls. You have to set them up closer. You can set them up in front of red planets or green planets. I count out 15. It's going to put us right here. That's where we can set these Carls. That's where we can set up these Dawns at. Now, keep in mind, be careful when you're setting these up, because if you set them up too close to one another, they move by themselves. It's really irritating. Here, I'll show you. Watch, it won't do it. See? It moves by itself, and then it screws up your line. So what you have to do is you have to just separate them a little bit. Alright, now that we have everything here, let's go ahead and start the attack. Now I'm going to put in the MAU first, just so it gets targeted first. Then I'm going to unselect everything that I don't want to move in and out. Now, I gotta get rid of that here first. Now, as you can see, the green go down very, very quickly, especially with this kind of a setup here. Because I don't want the cobs targeted, we're going to move these out and move it back in so the MAU get targeted, or the cell. Alright, so now that we've taken it, we can go ahead and get a conquest ship and take the actual planet. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for that blue planet here, just so you can see how you can take it with just this. We're gonna have to leave the dawns out of it. You could cycle the dawns in there, but it's more trouble than it's worth. Hopefully this will be enough to take it. It should. We're going to go ahead and use the Rabos here too. Alright, we only have 2 MAU groups, so we are going to need more than 2. Because this is blue, it's going to go down fairly quickly here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed build some more cobs here. Try to avoid doing this if you can, it just wastes titanium. Because I'm doing this on the fly, I didn't prepare anything for this, so I have to make them. And quite honestly, we may even need more, depending on how quickly this goes down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cycle out these cobs. Now keep in mind, they only move at a speed of 2. It's much better to do this, if you're going to, with Kens here. Now, I haven't used Kens in an awfully long time. I haven't needed to, but this would be a good instance if you're under 6 guns to use them. If you wanted to on a blue planet, you don't want to use them for anything higher because they just move too slowly and they get blown up way too quickly. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in everything that has a speed level of 3 first. We're going to start it back a little bit further so it gives us time to set up the level 2. Go ahead and put it in here. Now that we've started that, we can start moving our cobs in. We can keep those in there. As long as you have a bomber class ship in there, you don't have to have these selected to take them out. Alright, see, we're down to 10 MAU. You have to watch it as it goes down, and we're going to have to pull these out. I'd say at about 3 or 4 left to let this next one get targeted here. Now they are going to get an extra gun built here. We may or may not be able to do it with what we have. Alright. Now you also have to make sure to get them far enough away that they don't get targeted, because remember, these have a much longer length or a much longer range of 18 versus the green and the red. This will be easier once these cell are gone. Just judging based on how quickly or lack thereof these guns are going down, I don't think we're going to be able to finish it with just this. We'll certainly try though. We would need to have much more MAU in order to do this. Alright, so now we're going to have to cycle these. So we want to put our good ones on one side and the ones that will be spent on another side. Remember, we don't want to destroy these. We don't want to have to remake them if we don't have to, and we don't if we do this correctly. Since we have another group of MAU here, we can go ahead and reselect these to move them out once it gets down to about 2. You know what? We might just be able to pull this off with what we have here. Let's see, now we're down to 1 or 2. I wasn't paying attention. We're going to move them out. Let the MAU get selected. Come on. Gotta go a little further. We gotta move them back in. Now we're going to put the ones that aren't spent, or at least for me, aren't spent yet, on the left-hand side. When they are spent, or when they're getting targeted, these are going to move down very quickly. We're going to move them to the right-hand side. Since this one is at 56%, I'm already going to move it over. You could actually do this with the Dawns too, but I prefer not to. Actually, I'm going to move all the ones with damage over. These move way too slowly. Now we want to put them on the outer edge as far out as we possibly can. No, we're not going to be able to complete this. We don't have enough. We should have had much more MAU. Oh, wow. I really miscalculated this one. It's been a long time since I've done this. But you get the idea. You can do this for... It's obviously best to do this with red and green planets. These are just going to get completely destroyed way too quickly. They move way too slow. Now, like I said, it would be better to do this with Kens. While they move at the same speed, they have much, much better armor. They'll last a whole lot longer. We might get it down to 2 guns if we're lucky here, but that's it. I wasn't paying attention. It's going to be way too slow. Sometimes you can get away with them just reappearing after 0 damage. It's really weird. It's like if you pull them away just in time, you can save the ship. See, there's like 2 of these at 0% right now. It looks like we're going to get it down to 2 guns. We'll leave it go because we're not going to be able to finish it, at least not with what I have here. So anyhow, that's how you cycle Cobbs. You can do this with generally Cobbs, Kens, and you can use Rabos too, but you'd have to have something external attacking it, say a Dawn, which, like I said, you can't use for blues. What you generally use it with is Carl's, and like I said, I'll link to the video that I used Carl's. This method with Carl's for. Actually, I'm curious to see if he speed builds anything. Well, in any case, we were able to take out 3 guns, so not too shabby, but like I said, this method is really built for red and greens only. Alright, let's go ahead and find some rings to heal these up on. Now, if you see the top right, if you press R, that highlights everywhere on the map where there's a healing ring. It's just a little thing that they added to make it easier. So, we're going to go ahead and select 6. You know what the MAU got here. Let's go ahead and see how much more damage we can do. It's not going to be much, but just for the sake of doing it. I'm going to pull everything out at 3 MAU. Anyhow, let's go ahead and heal these up. So, like I said, we're going to select 6 each. Looks like we have 12 exactly. So we're going to go ahead and hit R, and we're going to send these up here. Now remember, you have to make sure that whenever you send them places like I did, you got to make sure there's nothing in line for that's going to get hit. Otherwise, it's just going to destroy them. So you can't always just click and send. Sometimes you have to maneuver around. Let's see. We got an enemy here. Actually, we can just click and send them right up. Actually, no, we can't. This is red. Someone can easily destroy them. So we really only want to do this on a blue planet. So we're going to do it. We'll do it right here. We'll see if we can maneuver them in here. And since I haven't run across anybody with actual detectors on the planets yet, we're just going to click and send these up here. It's not going to matter because they can't see a stealth ship. Unless someone's running over them with MAU and detectors, and I haven't seen anybody here doing that yet. Alright, well folks, we didn't take the planet. That really wasn't kind of the point. It was just to show you that you can cycle out other ships other than Rabos. Let's go ahead and cancel that production here. Maybe I'll build a bunch of Kens and do it with Kens. It's much better to do it with these. They have much better armor. And the firepower is a whole lot better. You got 1500 armor and a maximum of 8700 for firepower. With Cobbs, you're at 800 armor and a maximum of 500 firepower. But if you can't build Kens, you definitely can't go wrong with building Cobbs to do this. Or even Cell. Cell work when you have a mass of them. You need a ton of them. But you can rip through a planet fairly quickly if you do have a good number of them. There's a lot of alliances and larger players, including myself, that will use these to take down planets quickly if you need to do it quickly. So anyhow, that's all for now. If you have any questions, comments, just leave them down in the comment section like usual. And any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Or if I can, I'll even make a video on it. So thank you much, my friends, and take care.